Iran just announced something massive. Iran's oil minister revealed the discovery of 10 trillion cubic feet of natural gas in the Pazan oil field in southern Fars province of Iran. This is close to where the Strait of Hormuz is, and I'm sure you may have heard about that location. Now, to put this new discovery into perspective, that's gas worth billions of dollars, and it might replace or be equivalent to over 18 years of output from certain segments of Iran's current gas production. But here's what makes this discovery particularly significant. This gas field didn't pop up out of nowhere. And here I want to highlight how natural resources generally for nation states can be discovered. You see, the less developed your country is, the less likely you are to discover what resources lie within your border, what resources literally might be under your feet, under your nose. Prospecting, which is the art of looking for resources, has better success rates if you have an experienced company and or high-tech equipment when you try and make your discoveries, when you're looking around for, maybe there's some minerals here, maybe there's some oil here. Prospecting is what that's called. This is why less developed countries, say in Africa, say in Central Asia, by and large, even the Indian subcontinent, they likely have a bunch of undiscovered resources. I wouldn't be surprised if countries, for example, like Afghanistan and Pakistan fell into this mix of making huge discoveries in the mid to long term. Minerals, oil, gas, gold veins, other precious metals, other rare earth elements, all of it needs prospecting technology to identify. Prospecting technology meaning effective technology to try and find what might be there. Now, Iran, after 5 decades of sanctions, naturally has not got access to the best prospecting technology that the Western world can buy. And extraction experts are unwilling to go into partnerships with the Iranian government. For example, you might say, Mahfouz, okay, bump the Western world. What about the Eastern world, right? What about China and the companies there? Well, like I just said, if you go into partnership with the Iranian government, you're going to be smacked in the face with sanctions. Which is how secondary sanctions work. And these are the kinds of sanctions that the Western powers, led by America, have on Iran. So it just really locks up their opportunity to discover literally what's within their own borders. So this huge discovery and potentially more natural resource deposits are likely lying dormant, undiscovered beneath the Persian mountains and the territorial waters south of Iran. Iranian officials estimate a 70% recovery rate for the 10 trillion cubic feet of gas, meaning they can probably extract 7 cubic feet. My maths is amazing, as you can see. They can probably extract 7 trillion cubic feet of gas from this discovery and market it, sell it, and that's their initial estimate. That's roughly equivalent, as I mentioned earlier, to about 17 to 18 years of output from a single phase of their giant South Pars gas field. The timing couldn't be more favorable. Iran is facing severe domestic gas shortages while navigating decades of international sanctions that have choked foreign investment, like I outlined earlier, including in their energy sector, but many other sectors as well, which has naturally kept the country from being able to develop the extraction technology needed to pull out the resources they even know about, let alone prospect with high quality equipment and experience for stuff that you don't know about. The Western powers of Europe just snapped back sanctions on Iran because, according to them, Iran broke a deal, the JCPOA, the deal that America broke first anyway. Europe, I guess, expected Iran to keep their side of that bargain, even if America broke off their side. Western geopolitical logic and privilege at work there. I'm going to break a deal, but I'm going to expect you to keep your side of the bargain. I don't understand. Anyway, Iran's government is wasting no time with this discovery. Development contracts have already been awarded, and extraction is expected to begin in about 40 months. Mahfouz, did you say 40 months? Yeah. It takes 3 years of infrastructure to be built to pull the gas out of the ground or the sea, I suppose. Now think about the geopolitical implications. This is where we'll wrap up. Iran already holds some of the world's largest gas reserves before this discovery, and this discovery strengthens their hand even further. While Western nations scramble for energy security and Europe searches for alternatives to Russian gas because, Russia's such a bad one, such a bad guy, Vladdy boy. We need to get, we need to get our gas. Something smells off about that Russian gas. We need to get our gas elsewhere. Well, even with all that Russia hate, Europe still buys gas from Russia. So while they deal with that nonsense, Iran is quietly expanding its energy reserves and extraction capabilities, and China, Russia, Global South generally aren't going to be acting like the Western Bloc. Even the Western Bloc, part of it, is caving, especially some countries in Eastern Europe. They're like, are we sure? Are we sure Russia's the bad guy? Are we for sure? For sure. Now, Israel, the final point before we wrap this up. Israel, I'm sure, will not be happy about their chief rival discovering all this gas. One of the most sanctioned countries on earth, Iran, just became even more energy rich and energy potential rich. As I've been saying for months, Iran just needs time to take advantage of their potential. If you haven't gone all the way back to my June videos on the Israel-Iran conflict, the 12-day war as it's been called, I basically made it clear Iran doesn't want war. They need time. They're a sleeping lion. They've been held back, but with time, they may very well change that situation for the 90 million strong nation. Time is what they need. Time to develop, time to benefit fully from the global South technology and the investments that are on the rise. Time for the Western world sanctions to weaken in their effectiveness, even if they're not lifted off Iran, as is already happening, right? As the Western bloc of countries make up a smaller and smaller slice of the global economic pie, sanctions by a smaller slice are less painful. They have less economic leverage and power against Iran or any other country. So Iran just needs time. But Iran's chief rival, Israel, may decide time is not something we're going to give Iran. I'm getting a tingling sensation, and I've felt this before. It's the need to defend myself over there. So sorry, it's just my personality, guys. Anyway, if round 2 pops off between Israel and Iran, then obviously time is not something Iran will have to quietly develop and advance. Time, I feel like I've said time way too much, but one more time, time will tell how things turn out. And I'll be here to report to you the news and the analysis unbiased and without the Western spin. And some days I'll just be making one video. So sorry about that. I am honestly trying, but it's just been so challenging. Please do support my work, and don't forget to learn outside of these videos if you have the time. And if you don't have the time, at least just share my videos around, or I don't know, at someone in the comments. I don't know. I'll see you on the next one.